Good. Thank you everybody for turning out.
Stand on the chair and video.
Great to see
Stand on
such
the chair and hold
a
that.
lovely turnout, all your
Stand on the
smiling
chair.
faces. I think we've had a great season.
Hold that there on them.
The objectives of the season was to make sure the kids enjoy it first and foremost. Secondly, thank you. Secondly, to make sure that they all improve the skills, and I think we can all agree that that's been happening. And thirdly, to hopefully play some slick, pass, creative football. And I'm sure we can agree, if you've been watching the matches, that that's been happening also. I think we'll go straight into the presentations. A few words from James. We've got two teams here, so maybe James wants to say a couple of words as well.
Just a few thank yous initially. Chris, being such an excellent guy to work with, and Andy Sin as well, who's been fundamental to all the good work we've done this season. Also like to thank all of the parents who've offered to help put up goals on a rainy Saturday morning and take goals down, help run the team when I've been at work or doing other things. And Tanya as well, for being our financial controller, collecting the subs in without fail, and making sure that if someone hasn't paid, they've been followed the next week, and there's no debts incurred. That aside, I'd like to thank the children more than anything else, because they've been absolutely fantastic. We couldn't wish for a better group of children. Their behaviour is fantastic. It's a testament to their families, and I'm proud when we've played games this season, because our sides have always performed and behaved impeccably, and they've been a real credit to the club, so thank you. So, without further ado, we'll move on to the most important part now, and this is handing out the awards. What I would like to stress is every single award that's given out today carries a huge amount of value. So whether you get one of the named awards or you get a participation award, the participation awards for me are the most important bit, because everyone's worked so hard this season, and to take one of these away is a big thing, and you're thoroughly deserving of them, okay? Right, so Chris is now going to go through his team's participation awards.
Okay, so the first award I've got is for, we mentioned improving people's skills, the kids' skills. Probably the most skillful player in the club, in my team. I would say he's probably the king of the flip-flap. He taught me a few things anyway. The first award goes to Kirk. The second award I'd like to give to probably the best tackler in my team, and I can't see him, so I don't know if he's here today. Arthur, are you here today? No? Okay, we'll save that one then. And the next one is for an outstanding goalkeeper. I don't think he's here neither, is he, Louis? Right, okay. The next one I'd like to give to the most cultured defender in the team. Great defender, but great in possession, always looking to play a pass out from the back, and that's Owen. The next person I would like to give Kobe for having the best attitude in the team. Sometimes we can be doing a training session and everybody's talking about Fortnite, but I can guarantee that there'll be one person listening, and that person will be Katie. The next award would be for the best all-round player, and probably if everybody remembers our 9v9 match, probably the best piece of skill I've ever seen on a football field, where he took 4 players out in one move. I still don't know how he did it, but that person is Thomas. we've mentioned Fortnite. Sometimes it's us against Fortnite. So I'm glad you guys have managed to put your PS4s away for one night and join us. But the next person is probably the best Fortnite player. Who would that be? All of you. He also joined us late on in the season, but he's gelled very well with everybody. Very popular kid. Memorable for a couple of through balls that he played in one match that I'll never forget, and also for a fantastic goalkeeping performance in one of the tournaments. And that person is Ben. Rajiv here today. The next one we move on to it's for the Clubman Award. So this is for a person that does things around the club. But for this person, it's a very skillful player, but he's also one that turns up probably 20 minutes before everyone else. He always shares a story and always helps me put the nets up before every game. So I'm going to give that trophy to Max.
Okay.
The next one in my team is the most improved player of the season or of the year. A player he told me never scored a goal before this season. Now he's probably got about 5 or 6 goals. And the last one of those being from the halfway line in the tournament. So a great effort from Toby. Next we move on to the players' player. This was a hotly contested part of the trophies. Nearly, just to show the team spirit we've got in the team, nearly every player got a vote on this. And it's a joint trophy because two players got 2 votes each. And so the first one that we'll have on today is a player that, if I ask him to play in defence, midfield, if I ask him to play forward, if I ask him to play on the moon, he'd probably play on the moon. Great attitude to the game. He's better than he actually thinks he is, and that person is Josh, players' player. So the next one is the joint players' player, and I'm told he's actually the top goal scorer as well. I don't add these things up, but the kids do. I'd like to see one for the best assist as well. But he's also really good, natural, skillful player. And unfortunately for this player, he has to turn up half an hour before every game and half an hour after every game, but he never complains. Lovely, gifted, natural player, and that person is Sam. So the next one is for Coach's Player of the Year. This one for me is probably one of the toughest decisions I've ever made in my life. It could be anyone because everyone's been brilliant this season, really good team spirit. But the way I've decided it is between ability and attitude. Ability-wise, probably our fastest player in the team, and a shot like a rocket. Very little back lift, which is very hard. You can't coach that. It's just natural. And also attitude-wise, always puts 100% in. A joy to coach, and that person is Sonny. And also a player that he's actually stopped playing with us just before the end of the season because he's took up a career in karate instead. But maybe we could employ him later on when we go to tough away matches and he can be our bodyguard. Great little lad, lovely personality, and that person is Ryan. So next we'll move on to James's presentation.
Right, you'll have to bear with me, my brain's not quite as agile as Chris's, so I'll go through the awards first and then do the manager's player, etc. afterwards, otherwise I run a risk of getting it wrong and embarrassing everyone here, including myself. Right, so first player up is, he's had a great season. He started off on the wing, he's moved to the middle, up front, and as a consequence, he's bagged a significant amount of goals, and they've all been very, very clever, nice finishes with his left foot, and that's Connor.
Yay.
Following on from Connor, this season we had a new guy come in goal, first ever year playing football, and he absolutely smashed it. Quite a lot of opposition teams have commented on how well he's kept goal for us, and there's a number of games where he's made fantastic saves, and we've, as a consequence, gone on to win or draw. So please give a round of applause to Ashton. Next up, this young man is one of the most naturally gifted players at this age I've ever encountered. It's difficult to determine what foot he plays on because he sort of moves the ball across them both. His balance is tremendous. The way he drops his shoulder and glides past players is just like watching someone at the World Cup. It's Ollie Clifton.
Yay.
Next up, got one of the coolest haircuts in the team, including mine. Again, a player who's got a tremendous amount of ability, very, very clever on the ball, lovely touches, lovely turns, and has got a real eye to find a nice, cute pass into the box. He's not bad at free kicks as well. I've seen him hit a few in the top corner, and that's Alfred. Right, following on from Alfred, this guy has done extremely well when he's come in the team. Despite a very strenuous sort of regime of karate, when he turns up, he's still full of energy for our team. He gets up and down the line, makes great tackles and gets crosses in, and that's Harry. Another player now that's had his first season with us, and he's done exceptionally well. He's a very intelligent footballer. Not only does he tackle well, but as soon as he's got the ball, he makes an intelligent pass and looks to receive the ball in space again. I'm really, really glad with his progress, and that's Caden. Next up is another player that's played in a number of different positions. He started off in defence. We've given her opportunities in midfield and up front, and one of my biggest regrets this season is that a couple of the shots that hit the post or the keeper just scrambled away didn't go in because she so deserved the goal, and that was Lucy, which done fantastic. On a similar theme, what we've tried to do with the players this season is not keep them in one position, and we've given them opportunities to play in different areas. And again, this young man, he started off in defence, he's played there for a couple of years, and he's progressed on to playing wide on the midfield. And again, he's done brilliant. He's got up and down the line, he showed good pace, and he's put some fantastic crosses in, and he's still got back after a cross to make a timely tackle to prevent a goal from the opposition. That's Cody. Right, getting towards the end of the list now, fortunately for everyone, because you're probably getting a bit bored of my voice. Next player up, he's had a fabulous season, and he's just continued where he has done from the last 2 or 3. As a striker, he'd be very frightening to play against. He's powerful, he's strong, he scores with his left foot, his right foot, his head. And the next player is Ollie Moyes.
Yay!
Next up is our captain. This guy, he bosses the midfield, he controls the game, he frightens the opposition, and he does wonderful things with the ball at his feet, and that's Jack Muir. Another midfielder now, young guy, again, not been with us too long, but this season he's really started to shine. Very, very clever at picking the ball up in midfield and then finding a nice cute pass which will take a couple players out and then get us attacking the opposition, and that's Christian. Another talented midfielder now. This guy plays on the right wing. He drifts up and down the pitch. The ball very rarely slips away from his foot. He's got some fabulous skills, and he's got a pretty powerful shot as well, and that's Rocky. Next up, this young guy, he's played a number of games this season. He always puts 100% effort in. He's a busy little player. He's played up front, midfield and defence and in goal at times, and he's always given 100% and done as much as he could to help the team. One of the highlights this season was where he picked the ball up, went past 2 or 3 players, made a fantastic pass, and Connor went and smashed the ball in the net, and that's Eli. Next player, she's had a fantastic time this season, and she's been a revelation since coming into the side. She shows no fear when she's going into the tackle, and she certainly doesn't take any nonsense from any of the strikers. It's Ella.
Yay.
Last but certainly not least, this guy has got a fantastic attitude. He brings a smile to my face, no matter if it's at game or training. He's a joy to work with. He's scored some great goals, he's made some great saves, he's made great tackles, and again he's done his job for the team in numerous positions, and that's Fletcher. So, what's that one? So, on to the next set of awards now. This is called Top Scorer, but it should be called the Ollie Moyes Perpetual Trophy because he seems to win it every year. This award, although it's called Top Scorer, it doesn't actually tell the full story about this player. Although he's the striker, he's our first defender, because every game without fail, when the opposition's goalkeeper is taking the goal kick, this guy is like a greyhound out the traps to close their defence down and stop them playing out. And because of that, our team functions really well. So I wouldn't want you to just clap for the top scorer element of it. It's the work that he does for the rest of the team. It's absolutely fantastic. Ollie Moyes. Right, so the Clubman Award. So this goes to the player that I feel has showed a tremendous attitude towards his place in the team and how he's treated his colleagues in the team, how he's thought about his colleagues in the team, his behaviour. This player is so committed that when he's not available, he personally phones me on his mum's phone to say that he won't be coming along. He's always on time with training, he's always got good ideas, and that's Fletcher.
Yay.
So, most improved player. So that is always the most difficult decision for me, because as a team and individually within the team, everyone has progressed extremely well. Everyone's developed, everyone's added attributes to their game that I'd hope them to. But this particular player this season has come on leaps and bounds and provided me with moments that I didn't expect to see from them this early on in their development. He's scored a lot of very good goals. His game, he has become stronger. He's learned to sort of work back and help the defence more. And because of all of these behaviours and the additional goals that he's notched, the most improved is Connor.
Yay, well done, Connor.
So, player's player. Normally this is a very, very tight contest, and I'm worrying that there might be 2 or 3 come in that are on the same numbers, and then we're going to get loads of trophies, and I'm going to have to think of more to say. But in this case, this year it was a landslide. This player racked up votes from pretty much everyone. He's had a fantastic season. He has played exceptionally well. He scored one of the most spectacular goals I've ever seen in mini football. He slammed the volley in from the halfway line, which is remarkable. And that's Rocky.
Hooray! Well done, Rocky.
So, the final trophy is the Manager's Player of the Year. Again, I wish I had 13 of these, because for me, every single one of you deserve this trophy, because you've all been an absolute pleasure to sort of coach and work with. But this particular player will get the trophy based on their attitude and what I've seen, how they perform their task in the team. First game I saw them play, I'd never seen them play before. I'd seen them at training. They come into the team and we were playing a friendly over at Broadmeadow, and they had a big centre forward, and the ball came up to the centre forward, and this player in particular in our team stood in front of him, took the ball off his toe, took 2 strides to the left, and then passed it through, and someone went through and scored. And I thought, wow, that was brilliant. And their centre forward didn't know what had hit him. And that was just the start of things, and it's gone on from there, and that's been reproduced every game this season. And because of that, the manager's player of the year is Ella.
Yay!
So, sorry if that took a little bit longer than some of the age groups, but we wanted to make sure that every single child received recognition for what they've done this season. So thank you very much for your patience.
I'm sorry, but that's not the end. I've lost my piece of paper, but never mind. This team's been together 4 or 5 years now, but so the coaches that are currently in charge are coming to the end of an era, unfortunately. We've got Andy, who's been with us for 4 years. He's got a tough job, but that doesn't stop him from giving his time and his knowledge to the kids, teaching them the Arsenal way. And sadly he's going to step down, but he tells me he's going to be around to help out if required, and he probably will be. But it's going to be such a sad miss next season, but you know, he will be there. And I'd like to give Andy a present on behalf of us all. We know how easy it is to get this present to him, don't we? Because what we've got here is, Andy, come up please. We've got, just 1 second. So a present from everybody in there. It's a nice bottle of his favourite spirits, and a gift voucher for him, and also a signed shirt, which was really easy to get round to everybody and get everyone to get other kids to sign. I'm sure Tanya will vouch for that. And can we have a big round of applause for Andy for all his efforts over the last 4 years? In addition, but it's also the end of an era for our other top coach. Again, big job. Doesn't let that get in the way. He's been fantastic kid, probably one of the best coaches in Dawlish United with the kids. Always shares his knowledge, his expertise, but it gives up. That's just part of what James gives up. He also gives up his time for the administration side, the meetings, the kit. An awful lot of time. But I'm sure we're all going to give a big round of applause for James. We're going to miss him sadly. James, come. So a nice present from off everybody from the under-10s. But that's not the end of it, because also we'd like to give our financial advisor a little round of applause. Tanya, she's looked after us all season. She keeps us on the straight and narrow. Turns up 20 minutes before everyone else to collect all the money, and has played a part in Shirtgate, which we will tell you all about later. We're getting all the kids to sign the shirts. Wasn't an easy task, I don't think. But big round of applause for Tanya and all their efforts this season. And that concludes the under-10s presentation. Under-10s, yeah. Thank you, everybody.